pero acá no quedó absolutamente nada, fueron 45 minutos de terror.
Armero was once a quiet town in the heart of Colombia. Families, farms, and the small streets filled its valley with everyday life. In November 1985, the Nevado del Ruiz volcano sent down a fast and heavy flow of mud, stones, and water. It reached Armero in the dark, destroying houses, cutting roads, and taking thousands of lives in a very short time. Parents lost children, children lost parents, and many people were never found again. What had been a living town became a field of ruins and silence. Today, Armero is a place of memories, where nature has grown over the pain. But the story of that night still hurts in the heart of Colombia. This is the story of how at least 25,000 people lost their lives.
Mi nombre es Gabriel Bravo Sánchez, sobreviviente de Armero, tenía 22 años cuando pasó esto, perdí prácticamente toda mi familia, 32 se me quedaron acá. Ahora pues me dedico a que la gente siga conociendo totalmente la historia de Armero. Ahora pues estamos mirando que toda la historia de Armero, que esto siga vivo, que nunca se pierda. Ese es el trabajo de nosotros.
I've been to many interesting places in my life, but I would say this is the most interesting place I've ever been to. And I know that's kind of my favorite word, but look at this, guys. Just imagine that before these were streets where people walked, where people had dreams, where there were businesses, and now it's all nature. My tour guide, Mr. Gabriel, was actually here the night it all happened. I feel really lucky I met him because he can share what it was like firsthand.
Cráter Arenas hizo erupción a las 8:45 de la noche el 13 de noviembre de 1985 y desprendió del glacial unos bloques de hielo muy inmensos que fueron los que ocasionaron la avalancha, llegando a represarse 10 kilómetros arriba sobre la laguna del Sirpes. Acá llegó casi a la altura de 120 metros entre las dos montañas y no dejó que siguiera el cauce del río, sino lo sacó borrándolo, solo dejando esta línea de casas, 85 de 14.400. Estas casas se salvaron por el molino de arroz de San Lorenzo, que tenía las paredes muy fuertes, y trancaron el lodo y lo dejaron entrar, pero despacio. Se le quitaron la fuerza, o si no, también habían desaparecido. De este sitio también se nos trajo una roca que pesa más de 400 toneladas, la arrastró 10 kilómetros y la dejó junto a donde quedaba la policía, donde murieron 33 policías. Dentro de Armero, faltando un cuarto para las 11 de la noche, lo primero que se trajo fue la hidroeléctrica. El pueblo quedó totalmente en tinieblas. Desde ese momento se tardó 45 minutos en desaparecerlo. Eso fue un lapso de tiempo tan pequeño para sacar a la familia que fue muy imposible. La gente se subía a las casas, se subían a los árboles, pero acá no quedó absolutamente nada. Fueron 45 minutos de terror, totalmente de terror, que fue lo que se vivió acá.
I'm about to get in the old hospital of Armero, and first of all, I want to say that I'm truly interested in what happened here, but I'm getting here with a lot of respect. I really want you to know that. This was the old hospital. I think it's a very interesting place because hospitals are the symbol of life and death, and this perfectly fits that description. So I'm actually here with my good tour guide Gabrielle. Gabrielle is been walking with me around Armero, and I asked him if it was possible to get in the hospital, and he said it was possible. So he's going to show me this place. Look, something I want you to notice before we get in. Look at this. The hospital had like 2.5 kind of levels, like 3 stories, 2.5 stories. This is the first one, and it's all covered by dirt. Yeah, this way. You're gonna hear that. What you hear is basically bats. It's all bats. Wow. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy to see. See all the bats over there. Wow. I never had seen so many bats at the same time. I only have seen like 1 or 2. Well, all the floor is covered by what I guess is bat manure. I forgot how you said that in English. Wow, the smell is kind of intense. Look at this. It's probably like a bathroom. Wow. I'm kind of surprised because Armero seemed to be like a very developed town in Colombia by the time. Remember, this tragedy happened 40 years ago. Look at this. Mr. Gabriel has told me that sometimes he comes here at night because people request to come at night. I don't think I can do that. I could do that. I'm crazy, but not that much. Look at this. I'm amazed by this thing, like how the nature is just claiming the building. Look at that big cockroach. If you are afraid of cockroaches and bats, this is not your place. The walls are also like full with, I guess it's a kind of leftover from like cockroaches. Look at this. Wow, there are hundreds of them. Look at that. Wow. There are so many bats. Wow. What the hell is this? Yeah, I guess one of them peed on me. Oh, disgusting. But anyway, I knew that could happen. Actually, it could have been worse. Could have been worse. So many bats.
Um, the records of the time say that at least 34 people died in here. They couldn't be rescued. 34 personas, me dijo usted que habían. Normally in these kind of tragedies, what the firefighters or all the people that are in charge of rescue the people, they take like 1 week to find people that are still alive, and after that week, they just stop looking for like people that are still alive, and they just try to recover the bodies. And in here, 34 of these people couldn't be rescued, so they remain on the first level of the hospital. Wow, it's the first time I've seen so many different types of cockroaches and so many of them. And also bats. Wow. Let's get out of here. As soon as you come, as soon as you get in, you can feel a lot of things. You can feel the sadness. Since I was a kid, this was a place I wanted to see, because this happened in 1985. I was born in 1991. So like every 5 to 10 years, there were something about this in the news. And I just couldn't believe that just in a couple of hours, 25,000 people were killed and the whole town disappeared. This is the main street. It's actually, all this was covered with mud, and it was, the mud was removed some years ago. Well, actually, months later, because the Pope, John Paul II, was visiting, and he wanted to walk around. Of course, he prayed in here for all the souls that were lost or that died that day. So they cleaned this whole area. This is how originally it was. And now, fortunately, we are able to see it. This was like kind of the main square. The church was there. They're actually repairing. This year is going to be 40 years of this tragedy, and now they are making preparations for, I wouldn't say a celebration, it's more like a commemoration. So they want to have like a monument, like a sculpture right there, a place where families can come and pray and spend some time together. And maybe, like every year, people that survived the tragedy come and they pray in the area, and they also try to find the relatives that were lost. Even 40 years later, there are still people that hope to find their relatives, because many of them were kind of separated by the tragedy. I really liked this representation of the old town. The artist who made this met the survivors, the people that were okay after the tragedy, and they kind of told him how the town was. So he made these 4, let's call them sketches of the town, and they are facing like where they were. Like these buildings, all these used to be here. These buildings, this is the church I was talking about. Like these buildings were right there. This is the main street. This is the 12th street. Is where like all the mud, water, and lava came down. This is the place where Karo Wotila came and prayed. Something interesting about this volcano is that it erupted, or it has erupted 3 times. And those 3 stones behind Karo Wotila represent those tragedies, those eruptions. And in the same place, the Pope came. They put this big cross to remember that day. These plaques over here are plaques that people put here to thank the Pope to come here. Oh, you can feel a weird something inside. I can feel something in here when I see this. Some of the inhabitants, well, the former inhabitants of Armero told me that these are like symbolic graveyards. It's just a way to remember, because like a lot of the bodies were not found. Data actually don't know how many people die, but they say around 25,000 people. That's the most popular number. Everybody knows. So yeah, like 25,000 people died in this tragedy. They have these all over the place, these kind of pictures of the old town. This was the local market where every Sunday they came to buy groceries, and we actually are going there where the supermarket was. Something that amazed me about this place and kind of made me sad a lot, I would say, was that since the mud was so liquid at first, like it was almost impossible to take people out. So most of the people are just like buried. So I am literally walking over thousands of bodies, remains of the inhabitants of the area. There was a police station where they told me 33 police officers died, and they made this to remember their memories. Whew, this is a completely ghost town. Like there's nobody here. There's just 2 or 3 people around. This huge rock was brought by the mud. They say that this is around 400 tons, because it's not just like a common rock. It has actually like some kind of metal.
This used to be the main street. When people realized they had to evacuate, a lot of them came this way because it was the only road that crossed the entire town. Unfortunately, some people tried to live in their cars, thinking it would be the easiest way to get out, and they just ended up running people over and killing them. Everybody was desperate to escape.
Omayra Sánchez kind of became the symbol of this tragedy. She was 13 years old when this happened. They say that she was dragged 300 meters from her house, and she was kind of trapped by her hips. But she survived. She was alive after all this. And some people that were rescuing people found her, and she said that she, with her feet, could feel the head of her aunt that was with her that night, and also her little kid. It isn't clear, actually, like they don't know where she died. It happened around this area, but they don't know exactly where it happened. This is Omayra, well, a representation of her. And these plaques are here. People that think she helped them with something put them here. This is a real picture when Omayra died. It was a, I don't know, discouraging thing. It was, look at that image. Her eyes completely dark by the blood that was like filling the eyes. I don't doubt there were more stories like this. But Omayra became the symbol of the tragedy because she was found by some journalists. And when they took that picture, when they made videos about her, everybody knew about her all over the world. She unfortunately, after 60 hours, of being there, died. Familia Hospitia Peñalosa. Those are the last names of the family that I guess lived in here. And that phone number there, I'm pretty sure is there because if some of the relatives come here, they want to contact them. There must be thousands of memories in this place. Now taken by nature. Definitely a crazy experience. It's so hot here. Whew. If you ever visit, come and visit with a lot of respect. You're gonna sweat a lot. Bring a towel. And this place helps you to, I think, understand the value of life, and also to, I don't know, take the best of it. Because sometimes we can play for stupid things, and some people died here and they didn't know. They didn't know what happened. They didn't know what happened. They had plans. The next day, they were thinking that the next day they were gonna wake up and go to school, go to work, and all of a sudden everything was gone.